Welcome back. Today I'm going to be drawing BB-8 from The Force Awakens. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a very large circle on my paper, but I'm going to start on the side here and work my way down and around, because I'm going to leave the top open. Make the best circle that you can. If you'd like and you have something to trace around, you can also use something to trace around. So I'm just going to make a circle that looks like that, and then I'm leaving this area open. And what I'm going to do is just bring a curved line from here and just kind of overlap this part of the circle all the way across and up here. And then this part I'll just kind of close off and finish that. All right, for the top part of BB-8, I'm going to make a half circle, which comes all the way up and around. And again, back down to this side. All right, so that's the basic shape for BB-8. Starting in this area, we'll add the details. So I'm going to add another circle. And for this side of the circle where it comes closer, it's going to look like it's kind of foreshortened a little bit. So we don't have to make it as round here. It kind of flattens out a little and then comes around toward the bottom. On this, we're going to have this circle, another kind of quarter circle that goes around, because this will look like it's going underneath, and then there's another quarter circle on this side. All right, two curved lines here, coming across for the design element, and then we have a smaller circle in the center here. We'll have another circle on this side with a circle within that, and then a larger circle in the center here. And I'm going to place another circle inside of that. Okay, two curved lines on the top. And again, we're curving them to follow the contour of the shape of BB-8. We're going to put two curved rectangles, so everything is basically curved to follow that contour. The antenna is going to come straight here, and then we'll make a small rectangle on top of that, and then kind of fill in this space down here with a smaller rectangle for the base of the antenna, and then a smaller antenna on this side. All right, filling in some details, another curved rectangle on this side, matching it on this side, another curved rectangle on this side. And then we have some curved kind of rectangles that come along the bottom curved lines that we've made. This is an upright rectangle here, and then we have some smaller curved rectangles within these pieces, drawing some lines down for details. Coming over here, I'm going to add another smaller circle within this small circle that we made. Some small rectangles for designs here, kind of a wider rectangle, and then a thinner rectangle on this side. So what I'm going to do is just make some detail lines that kind of for the compartments that go around. It's almost like puzzle pieces that kind of swoop in here and then down. So these are all kind of the compartments. I'm going to make another one around the top of the larger circle. This one's going to come straight down. And then we'll kind of separate this with a line that comes through and a little rectangle here for another smaller compartment. All right, coming down to this larger circle on his base, on his body, I'm going to add a curved line within, and then just start to kind of come out with some trapezoid shapes. And we're going to do that all the way around. All right, I'm going to add a smaller circle within, but it's not a full circle, it's just kind of a half shape here, curved line around. Bring some detail lines down and around. I'm just kind of following the contour of the design, and then I'm going to bring this line down to meet it, and maybe a little detail area that comes out and in, like that. Some curved lines that kind of are implied that go around, and you can leave some space here and there. Curved rectangle here for a design. Some smaller detailed curved rectangles in here. We'll have another one over here. Again, lots of robotic pieces here, screws and different materials. We'll add some more slot lines here. Another kind of curved square. We'll do one on this side as well. These become kind of almost trapezoid shapes to follow the contour. Here I'm going to start with a straight line coming across. It's almost like this castle line, I'll call it, and curved it around. Some more compartments kind of coming this way. All right, looking pretty good. I'm going to just finish up the bottom piece here with a curved line, and then again these castle line areas, more curved rectangles here. And I'm also going to do a smaller one on this side. And we'll do kind of a trapezoid shape here. Let's just put in some more bolts in here so it looks a little bit more mechanical. This was a great suggestion by one of my students who said he really wanted to see BB-8. And I said, absolutely, that would be an awesome character. Not very hard to draw because it's mainly shapes of circles and rectangles, and the only part here is the kind of the curvilinear of it, because we want it to look more like a form rather than something flat, something two-dimensional. We want it more to be a form or a sphere. All right, so now I'm going to come into coloring, and I'm going to start first with orange. So the colors are pretty simple here. Basically orange and gray and black. So this is the orange pieces. It's kind of all of these rectangular shapes and some of the design pieces here. Here I'm going to go around this smaller rectangle I put in there and around this area here. All right, coming down to this space. So these castle lines are going to be the orange area. So if we go around this and outline all of this castle line, again going around these smaller detail rectangles and circle shapes, going all the way around outside here. And we're just going to follow this all the way through. And then I'm just going to fill this in as I work around this circle. Filling in the opposite side. I'm going to come down to this bottom area here. And let's do the one on this side, outlining that space first, and then I'll go back and just fill it in. And moving over to the opposite side. Just like that. All right, moving on to a gray color here for some of these spaces. So this curved line area. And again, I'm just gonna use my pencil for this to fill it in gray. It's these curved lines that separate some of the design elements here. I'm going to fill this curved rectangle in gray, and this one down here, and then this half of this circle that we made. I'm just giving it a kind of a quick shading. These pieces down here are also gray, these rectangular pieces. And also on this side. All right, I forgot one orange part up on the top part of the circle here. I also want to add a little bit of teal to it. So that area is going to be teal, and then there's kind of a couple of buttons over here. And I also want to add red for the circle in the center here. So I'm going to fill that part in red. We'll do a little red area down here for another button. All right, we are now going to add kind of the final touches here, which is going to be black. And so that's going to be for the top antenna here. We're going to also add black for this space around the red that we just added. Also for this circle here. And we'll do an outline around this one to make it a little bolder. And I think also I'm going to do one more thing just to make the gray areas look a little cleaner. I'm going to use my blender marker, kind of just smooth out those areas and maybe add a little gray area in some of the other spots. BB-8 has kind of a worn feel, or this mechanical feel where, you know, some parts are a little kind of more used than others. So kind of add a little bit of shading with this blender pen to kind of fill it in more gray. Again, all this does is just kind of blend this in, makes it a little smoother as I work. But if you don't have a blender pen, it's just the same, it's fine. You can just kind of use your pencil to kind of make it a little smoother and neater. Maybe along the top ridge here, there's some gray area as well. And around this part of the circle. Okay, so this was a lot of fun to draw, BB-8. I hope you guys give it a try. Bye.